Hello creative mind, welcome home. Do you know what? Today we will be running the scale using chords. In the last class I showed you how we run the full scale on the keyboard and also how you get to master where the notes are on the keyboard and then how to master reciting the solfa notation and reciting it well. But before we start today, take a look at this video. I believe you saw the chicken playing the keyboard. You saw the little girl playing the keyboard. The chicken you saw there is not up to 6 months old, and the little child you saw there is just 6 years old, and they were able to play it. They are not talented or gifted, they only practiced. So if you practice, you will do well. So I don't want you to have any reason why you will not learn this keyboard. Piano is very simple. So today we are talking about chords and chord harmony. For this your level now, I want you to know that there are only 3 chord family: the do mi so chord family, the fa do chord family, and then the re so ti chord family. Check on the link check on the description. I'll put a link there where you can download a PDF file that I've prepared to help you in understanding this class very well. So now let's go ahead. We have 3 chord families: do mi so chord family, re so ti chord family, and fa do chord family. So now this will help you in playing the notes on the keyboard. So when we talk of chords, what do we mean by chord? Chord is simply a combination of 3 notes. When you play 3 notes, that is simply a chord. So now let's assume I want to play do on my keyboard. This is my do. So in playing it in chord, do belongs to the do mi so chord. I will have to add so to it and mi to it. If you notice on the keyboard, the do is the highest. So any note you are playing or any note you intend to play, it must be the highest on the keyboard, while other ones that are harmonizing it and filling the chord will have to come low. So this, for example, is my do. Playing the do, I added so. From this do, you see that the nearest to it is not mi but so. That's why I picked so first. So from this do, the nearest to it is the so. That was why I picked so first. And then after so is mi. That is why I picked the mi, completing it to be one full chord. Do mi so chord. That is full do. So now do belongs to do mi so chord. They all come together anytime you are playing any of them. Let's take for example, I want to play the mi chord. Like I said earlier, the note you want to play should be higher, so I pick this mi. The other closest note that belongs to the family is do, and then the other one following it is then so, which gives us mi do so. And that is how you play this. So if I am to play so now, how I'm to play the so, the so has to be up, the higher note, and then the mi comes before it, and then the do. That gives me so. So this is do, mi, so, mi, do, mi, so. So that is it. So when we come down to the fa do chord, do there already belong to the do mi so chord. Is only there as a way of filling in the chords. So what is prominent here, or what is prominent here is just the fa and then the la. Do is only there to fill in the chord. So let's take for example, I want to play fa. So I will have to pick this fa. The closest note from among this do and then the la is this do. That's why I will have to pick this do and then this la. That gives me the fa chord. So if I am to play la, is the same thing. La will have to be the highest on the keyboard, followed by fa and then the do. Don't forget, do belongs to the do mi so chord. So if I'm to play do, it must be do so mi and not do la fa or something like that. So coming to sortie chord again, if I want to, so coming to the sortie chord, so already belong to a chord family, which is the do mi so chord. It's only there filling up these chords. So the prominent thing here is just the re and then the ti. So let's take for example, I want to play the re. The re has to be the highest, so I will pick this re now. The closest to it is ti, and then the one following is so. So that gives me the re chord. So if I am to play the ti, it's also the same thing. This ti comes here, then this so, and then this re. So that is how we play it. So if I am to play the notes, or they run the solfa in their chords, it will be something like this: re, mi, fa, sol, la, ti, do, ti, la, sol, fa, mi, re, do. So that is how we play it. So now there is also a very important thing you need to note here, which is fingering. If you get the fingering of this chord, it will help you a long way in playing these notes and playing it fast without much stress. You know, when I was learning this piano, there is something we call seek and you shall find. That is something like playing do here, looking for where the note is. That was the mistake I did, which made me come up with a simple way that helped me in playing these notes without much stress. So I can just play even from do to fa without actually moving my finger, something like this. I didn't move my hand anywhere. That was what I came up with, and I'll show you how I do it. So like I said earlier, check my description. I will leave a link there where you can download a PDF file that I've already prepared for this class. So now, to play the do chord, all these things are contained in the PDF file. Please try to download it and use it in your practice and exercise. To play the do chord, I use this finger. This is how I label the finger. This is finger 1, finger 2, finger 3, finger 4, finger 5. So for the right hand, this is finger 1, finger 2, finger 3, finger 4, and then finger 5. To play the do notes on the keyboard, I use this 5, this 2, and this 1 in playing it. 5, 2, 1. So this is how I do it. Do, so, mi. That gives me do. So if I am to play re, I use 4, 2, and 1. Re, 4, 2, and 1. That is, it gives me this re, ti, so. If I am to play mi, I used 5, 3, and 1. 5, 3, and 1, which is mi. So now if you notice, while moving from this re to mi, this is 4, 2, 1. If I'm to play mi, I'm not moving anywhere. I'm just bringing down these two that I'm not using. I'm just bringing it down. They take the mi, do, and then the so. So this is 5, 3, 1, 4, 5, 3, 1, 4, 2, 1. So from re to mi is no stress at all. Re, mi. So if I am to play fa, playing fa, I use 5, 3, 1, which is this. So from re, mi, fa, there is no stress at all. It's just a kind of shifting a little bit. This is re, no stress. This is mi, I didn't move my hand anywhere. This is fa, I just, fa is sharing do with me. Mi is mi do so. Fa is fa do la. So the finger for the do remains. I just go shift it a little bit. So this is it. My saw is 4-2-1. And when I want to play my la, I simply release these two ones that I'm not using in playing saw. They go to the la, because both saw and la share do in common. So this thumb that is holding the do remains. So this is 4-2-1, and then la becomes 4-2-1, and then the la becomes 5-3-1 without more stress. So if I am to play my T becomes again 4-2-1, and then the do as normal is 5-2-1. So if you are able to get this very well, like I said, there will be a PDF in the link that I will put a link to it in the description below. Download it. It will help you to get this class very well. If you are able to follow this finger pattern, it will help you in learning every other keys on this keyboard without stress. Now don't get confused with keys. We only have key C now for your level. With time you get to know what other keys are. That's the same thing I use in playing any other key on the keyboard. Try to check on the description below. I'll leave a link there where you can get a PDF file that I've prepared for this class. In the PDF file, you will find both the solfa, you will find both the notes, and then how to play their chords from the do to the T, and then you also find the fingers you are to use in playing each of the notes for your right hand. So that will be all for today. See you again next class. So for your assignment, please try to run this scale at home. Run the scale and master it using chords and then the finger pattern. Don't forget to download the PDF file in the link below. Try to run this scale with chords as many times as possible and get used to it. In the next class, I'll be showing you how we can harmonize using the left hand, harmonizing these notes. And then I'll also give you some songs to start practicing with.